Welcome to Sundays with Amber. I'm Amber, and I hope you've had a really good week. Today's practice I've called the window into the wall because we'll be using the wall in our physical practice today, something I love to do. I consider the wall a prop. And in alignment with this theme, I found a reading that I think is amazing from Pema Chodron. So come up to a seat or lie down, whatever way you feel most comfortable. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Rather than going after these walls and barriers with a sledgehammer, we pay attention to them. With gentleness and honesty, we move closer to those walls. We touch them and smell them and get to know them well. We become familiar with the strategies and beliefs we use to build these walls. What are the stories we tell ourselves? What repels me and attracts me? Without calling what we see right or wrong, we simply look as objectively as we can. We observe ourselves with humor, not getting overly serious, moralistic, or uptight about the investigation. Year after year, we train in remaining open and receptive to whatever arises. Slowly, very slowly, the cracks in the wall seem to widen, and as if by magic, we are able to flow freely. So to me, this is an act of self-study, and this is something that we do in yoga. It's called svadhyaya in Sanskrit, so self-study. We become a witness, we watch our reactions, not just physically in the postures, which that's important too, but also mentally and emotionally. We start to become aware of our patterns and things that arise, our barriers, our walls. So as we use the wall today, allow this to be a consistent reminder of this work of being open and receptive, and to approach it, even if we can, with humor and a sense of inquisitiveness and lightness. Wall work can be very confronting because it keeps us honest. So we have this thing that is here and is all of a sudden part of our practice. It keeps us honest because as we start to use the wall, you start to become more aware of muscles that maybe we don't generally activate when we're in a certain posture, or areas of our body where we are like over-activating. So we start to become really aware of that, and that can be challenging, can bring up some of our like shadow sides in terms of like thought processes that come up and reactions that we have. So then there's like this real opportunity to become more aware of that because of the wall. This is the window into the wall. As we practice, become aware of barriers and walls that may arise as a result of working with the wall. So sit up really tall, draw your shoulders back, and just take 2 silent breaths. Oftentimes what comes up for us on our mat, there's a mirror to what comes up for us in our life off the mat. Without necessarily needing an answer right now, asking the question, what walls and barriers do I have up in my life at the moment? Let's be compassionate and inquisitive in the practice today. Place your hands at your heart. Open your eyes when you're ready. If they're closed, and move your prop to the side if you have one, if you're sitting on one. Come onto your hands and knees. You align your feet to touch the wall with your wrist under your shoulders and the knees maybe about 2 inches behind the hips. As you can see, spread your fingers and begin to shift down through the ball of your index finger. Curl your toes under, lift your hips up and back, and press your heels toward the wall. And you can bring them down a little bit if that's comfortable for you, but try to keep them even. As you start to use the wall here, press your heels back into the wall and down into the wall, and see how that affects the backs of your legs, how that affects the length of your spine as you draw the heels back evenly into the wall and down. Take a breath. And you tend to shift to the outer heel as you push back to the wall, or the inner heel. Could you even it out between the two? Walk your feet forward, walk your hands back, grab your elbows, and let your head get really heavy. And breath. Place your hands at your hips, inhale, rise all the way up, and grab 2 blocks, or if you're using books, you can grab your books. Place the blocks on your mat on the highest level, maybe about 1/4 of the way back from the top of the mat. And then walk your feet. You'll have to adjust. Bend your knees, place your hands on the blocks, and then step your left foot way back. I'm pretty long stance here, so I'm gonna walk my right foot back a little bit. As you set up for warrior 1, turning the left toes out and having the outer left heel push back into the wall like you did in down dog, but now it's more the left outer heel pushing into the wall. And then walking the right foot 2 inches to the right. So you have a little bit of a wider stance. Come up onto your fingertips, your thumb tips as you bend into your right knee. Draw back through your left heel, so an equal amount of effort between both legs. Inhale, lift your hands to the sky. Bending into the right knee, continuing to see if you can draw the left heel back to the wall and down. Lift your chest. Hold for a breath in. Hold for a breath out. Draw that left heel back. Place your hands on the blocks. Straighten the right leg. Continue to draw the left heel back to the wall. Notice if it's a little bit easier now since you straightened the right leg. Just observe. Bend the right knee, curl up on the ball mounts of the back toes, step forward, and switch sides. So the right foot back now, turn the right toes out. You might have to slide the foot back more to really get the outer heel toward the wall. It's important if you're doing this. Okay, and then as you push back, align your front foot and your back foot a little bit wider, about hip distance apart between the two. Bend into your left knee, come up onto your fingertips, your thumb tips, and kind of sense the relationship between the front leg and the back leg. Equally distribute the effort. Draw the right heel back, bend the left knee forward. Then inhale, rise up. See if you can maintain that. Could drawing the right heel back into the wall almost potentially allow you to bend into your left knee more. Okay, inhale deeply. Exhale, right heel back. Place your hands on the blocks, straighten your left leg. Go slow and observe how that affects the back leg now. Your ability to draw the heel back into the wall. Then also considering the amount of pressure you're drawing the right heel back. Are you overdoing it? Are you gonna give yourself a bruise because you're doing it so much? If that's the case, lighten up on the heel. It's the right amount of effort. Bend the left knee, curl up on the ball mounts of the back toes, step forward and come to standing for a moment and just observe how your legs feel and your heels feel. So you're checking in with that. Shortening the stance, you'll walk back about a foot, take the blocks back 2 for pyramid pose, step the left heel back. This time for pyramid pose, the left toes angle forward more than the back foot in warrior 1, so you want to turn them in more. Still hip distance apart between the feet. The length is shorter for pyramid in this style. Firm your legs. And again, you push the left heel back firming the legs, lengthen your spine on the inhale. And then as you exhale any amount, walk the hands forward on the blocks. Right, that's an option. You can keep them either side of the foot. And can you continue to draw the left heel back even as you extend forward? Breathe into your rib cage. Walk the blocks back. Bring your left hand either to the inside block, any level, really close to the foot, or the outside block, any level, really close to the foot. Anchor through that left heel as you lengthen your spine forward and twist, lifting the right hand to the sky. And using the back foot at the wall to lengthen the spine, to widen your arms, and feel a little bit more stable through the connection of the back foot. Now let's switch. So right hand down, separate the blocks, step the left foot forward and the right foot back. So wiggle that foot back so you can get the outer heel to touch the wall. Hip distance apart between the feet. That first variation, take the blocks up high. Lengthen your spine on the inhale, firm your legs. And as you exhale, any amount, try to keep that length even if you decide to walk the blocks forward, which you may not do on this side, even if you did it on the first side. Okay, anchor that outer right heel back to give you leverage to lengthen and fold. Walk the blocks back. Bring the blocks pretty close to the left foot now. Any level, with or without block, place your hand either on the inside or outside. Anchor through the right heel, so leverage to lengthen the spine. So you're not twisting all rounded up, right? And that might mean bring the block higher. Lengthen your spine, anchor through the right heel, lengthen the spine as you twist, and then peel the left hand up. Stabilize your breath. It is harder in a twist to do that. There's a challenge there. I'm gonna do your best. Okay, and then look down. Place your hands on the blocks, remove the blocks. Hip distance or wider. Step the back foot forward. Once you feel planted and solid, then come up and observe. Do you, in a sense, almost feel like you have a better connection to your feet and almost feel more balanced because you've been using the wall with the back foot? Or do you feel more shaky? Are you not sure? That's a valid answer. Okay, leaving the blocks there. Let's turn to the side for a shoulder stretch. So you're not gonna be right up against the wall for this one. So you'll be, depending on how it feels for you, you could be further away from the wall. You'll reach the right hand back and then maybe walk the foot in, and you'll know if it's too much. Walk it back out if you're just feeling too much sensation. You don't want to get to that place where all you can focus on is the discomfort of the stretch. Challenging yourself, don't overdo it. Okay, right palm is flat on the wall. Turning your right chest toward the center of the room in a way. That's the direction of it, even though my chest is going to turn toward the center of the room, but I'm not turning toward the wall. I'm going to place the other hand on the wall. Chin parallel to the floor. Okay. And focus your breath in your upper chest and your side rib cage. See if you can expand and retract the chest cavity, the rib cage there. This is one I feel like I should do every day to open the chest. And there's always a wall. Right? You can always use a wall. Let's switch sides. So you're gonna turn, seeing it from the back, reaching. So my hand's not low in this one. It's not high in this one. Today it's almost like parallel to the floor. Place your left palm so you're not lifting that up. Again, I'm not leaning my hip to the wall, keeping my feet, my ankle's right under. Maybe the right hand comes to the wall. I can wiggle the feet closer if this side feels okay. Turning the chest away from the wall. Chin parallel. Chest and ribcage breath. And then back away from the wall. Turn to face the wall. Just rotate the shoulders a couple times. See how that feels. And grab your blanket, grab your 2 blocks, open the blanket up, and place it at the baseboard and smooth the blanket out. So you have a little padding. If you don't have a blanket, you could flip up your mat and do the same thing. Coming forward into a table position with your hands on the blocks. Let's start with the blocks high. Walk the blocks back. Keeping that knee down, you might have to move the blanket forward more if you have longer legs. And then lift the left foot up and slide the knee back so the knee is still on the blanket. Leaning forward, you might have to bring the blocks back so you feel more stable. Step the right foot forward. This is like a super left quad stretch. So be gentle with yourself. Right? You might come up on fingertips, thumb tips. Gently push the shin in toward the wall. Steady your gaze. Take one more breath. To come out. Okay. Walk the blocks forward. Step the right foot back so you're in the first position. Slide the left knee forward. And then you'll switch. Lift the right knee up and back. My right foot's not right behind my sit bone, it's out to the side. Okay, leaning forward onto the blocks to step the left foot forward. Coming up onto your fingertips, your thumb tips, lift your chest. Steady your gaze. I'm gonna plant the left foot down, one more breath. Okay. And then lean forward, maybe you walk the blocks back, push into the blocks, lower the left knee, slide the right knee forward. Keep the blanket there, one block. Turn toward the wall. Place the block between the legs, down by the knees. Walk forward so that your thigh bones and your hips are right up against the wall. And at first, your chest as well. Curl your toes under for an anchor. Place your hands at the small of your back, keeping your pelvis up against the wall. Squeeze the block between your knees. Look to the wall, draw your shoulders back, and begin to see if you can almost draw the skin of your upper glute down. Squeeze the block. Rise your chest up the wall and allow that to lift your gaze. You're not just dropping your head back. There's this lift of the chest that starts to lift the chin. Squeeze the block, keep your pelvis at the wall, and start to lean back. Breathe into your chest, take a deep breath in, and a deep breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, come up. Exhale, point your toes. You can take the block between your knees and place it between your feet now and sit back on the block. Or if that's not comfortable for you, you can just turn around and sit with your legs straight. Take a moment, observe the quality of your breath after the back bend. Okay, and then flutter your eyes open. Move the block. Move the blanket. And put that to the side. Turn forward and stretch your legs long. Bounce your knees a couple times. And just see if you lifted your arms up and you place one hand down and you reach back, do you have to lean way back to touch the wall? Could you place yourself in a way that you could have your palm flat against the wall and you're still sitting up nice and tall? So you're not reaching way back for it, or you're not way back and bending the elbow. So the arm is straight as you place the hand back. Okay. Keep your left leg straight, bend your right knee. Either keep it on the inside of the leg or step it over. Two choices. Okay, and then from here, you will take your right hand back just for a moment. Inhale, lift your left arm up. Exhale, twist and hook your elbow. Hook your elbow so that there's that contact there. Lift your chest and then reach your right hand back, pushing into the wall. You see it almost allowed me to lift my chest more. And the right side of the rib cage is super open. Breathe there. And then any amount, the left side of your rib cage, try to lift that up towards your left armpit. If it's okay for your neck, look over your right shoulder toward the wall. Breathe into your rib cage, wide on the inhale, retracting on the exhale. Stay in the pose, look forward toward your left big toe, inhale. Exhale, release it. Hold on to the knee and just observe. Is anything arising for you as you move in and out of the twist? Straighten your right leg, let's switch sides. Bend your left knee, make your choice, either the foot on the inside or the outside of the leg. Left hand behind you on the floor just for a moment to get into the posture. Inhale, lift the right hand up. Exhale, twist, hook the elbow. Place your left hand at the wall. You're pressing into the wall. Breathe into the left rib cage, the left side. And then to see, could you move the right rib cage up towards your armpit? And that both sides are a little bit more evenly lifted and lengthened and expanding on the inhale. Retracting on the exhale. If it's okay for your neck, look to your left hand. And then inhale, look forward. Exhale, release it, hold on to the knee for a moment. Observe the quality of your breath. And stretch both legs out, bounce your knees. Bring that blanket back over against the wall, scooch way back. You can sit on 2 blankets here. Come into a cross-legged seated position until your hips almost touch the back wall. Okay, so coming all the way back. Lean your head up against the wall so you're sitting up against the wall. Hands on your thigh bones. You can look down or close your eyes. Bring an awareness to the length of your spine from your tailbone all the way to the crown of your head now. Every time you inhale, allow your breath to rise up from the tailbone all the way up. The lower back, the curve of the lower back, the mid back, so the curve there, your neck, the cervical curve, all the way to the crown of the head at the top of the inhale. And then when you exhale, allow your awareness to travel down your whole spine. So the neck, the upper back, the mid back, the lower back, all the way back down to your tailbone. Every inhale, you're riding an awareness of your whole spine all the way up. And every time you exhale, all the way down. Sometimes the challenging things that we do unfold to reveal a deeper freedom, physically and mentally. As we do the work to reveal our walls and our barriers, there's an opportunity for freedom just from the awareness of those things. And place your hands at your heart. Give acknowledgement and thanks to the work that you've done. If your eyes are closed, open your eyes. Okay, thanks for practicing with me today. If you have any questions about the wall, leave the questions in the comments or privately message me. And I look forward to seeing you next Sunday with Sundays with Amber. Have a great week.